Okay, so there's a word called projectiles. projectiles. This is what it looks like. Ready? I have an object, a subject. I have an object. object. And then it flies through the air and we don't know how. Projectile. It's a special process. Right. Okay, so now I'm just curious. I just told Johannes NM as in New Mexico that I said, I know this morning, I said, what do you think of the nickname Eric? And you said, I don't really feel like an Eric. And I said, okay. I said, I understand. I said, Eric means ruler. And he said, yeah, I really don't feel like a ruler right now. I'm like, right. He's like, I feel like an Anthony. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix that. I don't really like that name anymore. Trying to change it. I'm trying to find a nickname that works for you. I said, well, being that you look like Johannes Vermeer, the painting that looks like Mom, a genetic, carbon copy, I like the name. I think I'm just going to go with that. I said, or what do you think about Rhino? I said, yeah, see, I know it gets confusing because there's another version of you, right, that may use that. I was like, so I'm trying to kind of put something together so it makes sense. And he was like, all right. He's like, well, for now, he's like, just call me Anthony. And I was like, no, definitely not. I was like, how about Nucci? And he's like, fine. So anyway, so then I said to him just recently, I said, all right, I said, I came back from the supermarket and I said, tell me, what is this body part called? And he said, your thigh? And I said, no, that's up here. I said, that's the large cow. I was like, but the baby cow is called, and he says, I don't know. I said, this is your calf, CALF. And he's like, okay. I said, what's this part called? He says, your heel, HEEL. I said, no. I said, this region, like right here. And he goes, I don't know. And I said, it's your ankle, ANKLE. I said, how do you spell ankle? What does it start? He goes, A, and then he goes, K. I go, there's an N in between. I said, see this symbol right here? This is called an ankh. I said, this region is called an ankle for the ankle. And we don't say that because then it's uncle is whatever, but it's an ankh and it's an ankle because mommy is in an extra special spatial program. I was like, and as are you, I was like, but I know your part gets really confused because we're in the wrong environment completely. It's like if everything in special process could go wrong, we're pretty much there my whole life. I said, Johannes, I said, if I tell you that there's another size version of you somewhere that fights for our retrieval from this version of New York in the American Union of catastrophe, I was like, but I don't know if that version of you goes by the name of Eric, right? I was like, but that, and he goes, I said, does that make any sense at all? And he goes, yeah, actually, kind of. And I said, right. I said, see, so that larger version of you is like superhero, like fighting for mom's retrieval and release out of New York since before you actually arrived, but not because we're attached to the man that you call Anthony, the problem thing. I was like, but because we are always one, like you come from me and you're my carbon copy. I was like, this is part of the new age problem with, now side note, this is the candy corn kids. I call them children of the corn. I've called them that forever now. Before I got here, this goes back to when Elizabeth sat in England and became a problem for America, Canada, the whole fucking world. There's the Kremlin and like has a mosque, like a beautiful structure in Saint Basil, but it's the good of the other children and a reminder as to the Candyland, like the beauty of the Baroque. Of what Baroque? Well, let's see. They learned how to grow corn. They learned how to take sand. They learned how to take advantage of one another as a large area operation. They decided they were no longer going to listen to management, and then they started mass producing it in highest quantities I've ever seen. Actively went for taking advantage of not telling or teaching the other color, that's my color, purposely, while they hid elsewhere, and they perfected the suffocation and asphyxiation project and sold the whole union shiny movable toys. Don't look at like the after effects. Because they were just so happy, like dancing around naked in their piles of money that they made for nobody fucking knows why. I mean, as a species, humans are the dumbest fucking, like they are toned down to the dumbest batik I have ever had to be amongst. I mean, I don't even work surface earth. I work inner earth. That's where I belong, or outer rim. I'm outer rim and I'm inner earth. This mid-surface idiocy. Why the hell would you put me in a suffocation tank asphyxiating me when I told them not to do it? And I was there the entire time trying to help and educate the people that were being taken advantage of to fight for the correct things. And then you let some fucking venereal disease half-breed, Elon Musk, get together with some Warren Thompson, both of them looking distant Korean in the eye with an extra fold. And then you let them go like Bulbtronics and battery company and lighting company and traveling the world. Are you all fucking crazy? Did it not occur to you that when I met this man and I spent some time with him and I was okay with spending time with him because whatever, that there was a fucking problem? And then the fact that he told me and then I couldn't remember it. Anybody in the fucking planet want to like, do something like useful? Because in Quiet Scary projects, they turn my body into a projectile to test out new fucking computer mechanics. When they should all be dying like the big guys, not like the massive population quantities. I mean, them too, but whatever. So I'm just curious, at what point does this fucking get better? All area, only my kids are cosmic superheroes at this point, because I got the full-grown versions and I got the little versions, so somewhere in between. Now, on the radio, on the dial-up, I heard, I think it's Big Papa Joe, or Big Joe, Bigjoe, on the Spracha radio. And he said something about her something with a tattoo with your name in the chest in the middle. Right, yeah, I don't have a tattoo here, but what that, I think, was one of the confusing children trying to explain Hitler's project. My tattoo is on the body part it's named for, the Ankh. But here's the thing, in Treasure Cat, the chest, chest, is a name for, like, this could be a chest, and then inside is, like, the hidden, secret, quiet, like, pirate booty. Right, yeah. This is, like, all the stuff that, like, we've heard this before, had no contextual, like, way to, like, I mean, you're, like, in a system that has stripped gears. Like, you've heard these things, but there's nothing's catching and, like, making sense, and you can't really build a reality out of things. I mean, repetition worked for a while, I suppose. I mean, if I mentioned it to the Batiks, they get it, but they're like, yeah, but what does that really mean? Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know what it means to you. I want to get the fuck out of New York. I really don't care if, like, how long this fucking takes. Like, what is going on with, like, Scary Quiet Project and Spatial and Special? And why do I have the fucking venereal disease, which is the money hungry, and the fucking extra eye fold special ed kids all up to date on, like, poly economics and science and mathematics, and all the white kids are like, I go to space in a spaceship. I'm on a project where they test my muscle strength in 4 years for being out in anti-gravity. Did you notice from space looking down at the world how the fucking idiots were breaking the place while you were gone for 4 years? I'm just curious.